Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Talking Life podcast with Suneet and Ryan. It's a Christmas special. It's the Christmas break and we're feeling positive. We've got good vibes in on the podcast today. Ryan, how are you today?
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. I'm feeling good, brother. A week off so far. I've got 3 weeks off. Christmas vibes are good. You know, we've got the lights behind me just trying to fill out the area. The Christmas day has come and it was enjoyable. How was your day? It was a different year for us, but how was it for you, Suneet?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I love the energy. That's the kind of energy I want to hear during the Christmas break. But yeah, for me, it was another good Christmas, even though it's been, like you said, a weird year. Christmas for me, it was still. I think Christmas was as normal, sort of business as usual for me. Cozy times with the family. As you can see, I was very cozy this Christmas. Got a nice fluffy hoodie on that I got for Christmas.
Oh, I was gonna say, was that a gift from Santa?
Yeah, it might be a little gift from Santa Claus, a little cozy thing. But yeah, it was good vibes. Good. Just yeah, I'd say business as usual for me, and I was happy that this year didn't affect Christmas, the actual Christmas day for me, which was good. How about you?
Yeah, to be honest, my Christmas over the last few years has been just our family. Like it used to be where you had to get loads of stress and everyone's cooking dinner, where our family kind of said, okay, let's just do Christmas dinner at our own in houses, and then we'll go and see everybody in the evening. This year we couldn't, obviously, so it was just a super chill day, which was actually nice because there's no pressure to go and feel like, oh, we have to go somewhere else. We could just hang here and get it done. It was more so the Christmas Eve that you kind of miss out on, and like going to the pub and seeing everyone and having a drink around Christmas. And now this in between time between Christmas and New Year, in which there's no restaurants open, there's no pubs open. There's like, what do we do here? We're still in this kind of like, it feels like a lockdown, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean that's why I specify that Christmas Day wasn't affected by this whole year, but definitely you're right. This period now, it just feels like what I was sitting there yesterday. I was thinking, actually, what am I actually doing these days now? And what do we do? Because normally, like I said, yeah, this is the time where you go out, maybe a few restaurants, go meet some friends, catch up. But no, we're just living normal lives. This is like every day, like nothing's happening. Like what is actually going on? But at least Christmas Day, because just like you, I'm similar. We for the past couple of years now, we've just done it with our family. So like I said, it was just nice and chilled and no real stress, like you said, to really go do anything. We kind of was forced into a situation where we just had to chill together, which was nice. I feel like that's what Christmas should be anyway, isn't it? Just chill together. Really.
So today's a Christmas special. And of course, before we get into all the Christmassy thing, I've got to make a pause right here for everyone. I told you something was coming. I told Suneet, he said, okay, I'm ready, I'm waiting. And from what I hear, Suneet got the whole family involved.
I did indeed.
I need to hear your review, brother. I need to hear the review.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Ryan, why don't you just quickly give a little brief description of what you actually went and did with the BBC?
So earlier this year, in this world of craziness, managed to get across to America and managed to get engaged. That is the short story for anybody who's wondering. You can watch the original video I made, which is on YouTube, called Surprise Proposal. Now, that video managed to get in front of someone at the BBC at some point, and about a month ago, I got an email, BBC inquiry. And my email's not that interesting, I'm not going to lie to you. Usually it's just sales. It's some reminders. It's nothing of importance. I was like, okay, what is this? Am I getting spammed here? But he said, I'm doing a story on people who have got long distance relationships, binational couples, and it's trying to focus on someone who's already been able to manage to travel this year and visit their partner, and someone who's trying to come together at Christmas. Seen your video, would you like to be interviewed? So I did an interview on Zoom because we were in lockdown at the time. And then we ended up I ended up going down to London when I was, in the same weekend I was picking up Elena, and we did another interview there, and they kind of filmed me picking up Elena from the airport, and that was it. I didn't know what was going to like. I just said, this is going to be on the BBC travel show. And I really wasn't told anything. I was quite surprised how much I wasn't told. I wasn't going to told that any of my video would be used in the actual segment of the actual feature. But yeah, just before Christmas, episode came out. It's about kind of highlighting Love Is Not Tourism, the website, the Facebook page in which helped me get across and gave me information, and it was a cool little segment.
It was a cool little segment, actually. I went into watching that because obviously, you know, gave me a little text on me, you know, what channel it was on and what time. And I was ready to roast. I was being honest with you, Ryan. I was ready to go in. I had the notebook out and I was like, I need to get this guy. I need to get this guy on the podcast. I was looking at any little thing I could get at, any little flaw. But I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest. I thought BBC did a great job, by the way, with editing it and like mixing in the blog with then your sort of one-to-one interview and sort of going back and forth. And also, even though I've actually seen the original YouTube blog that you did way back when in the summer, when you posted it, I actually forgot how good of a story it was. Like, you literally quarantined in Croatia for 14 days on your own, just you and your laptop, going for, I'm assuming, daily walks or whatever. That's actually a mad story. And when I was watching the YouTube one, I was interested more in the sort of the blog, because you do like really good travel vlogs. So I was more interested in how you sort of edited it and that. And I actually forgot that the story that I'm watching right now is actually pretty interesting. And when I was watching it again when BBC was sort of playing out the story, I was like, "Wow, this is actually very interesting." And yeah, obviously, I'm a homeboy, I'm a supporter, so I've got the whole family in around the TV, all watching it. I'll tell you, they're all impressed. My dad was very impressed. You know, he was very impressed to see how you went about doing it. They did want to see the YouTube vlog a bit more, so I'm gonna have to eventually show them the actual proposal, which I will get to. But yeah, honestly, I was looking. I was like, where can I roast him? I was looking at the clothing. I thought you might be a little more nervous. I was surprised at how confident you were in the interview. That's what I was trying to get at you. I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be sweating. You know, big BBC camera lights in his face. There's definitely going to be a little stutter here or a little bead of sweat here, but no, you were cool, calm, and composed. I've got to give it to you.
Wow, appreciate it. Appreciate the energy there. And then it was the energy I had to bring, because if I'm being honestly on the experience, it was a strange experience.
Yeah.
I was expecting, you know, this guy to kind of come in and make me comfortable. You know? That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. I was having to recruit my own energy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you peeped the easy shirt. It was a solid, but coming soon, everybody. You know,
you've got the branding spot on. To be honest, I saw it. It was front and center, easy. No one could miss that.
Coming soon. So, yeah, it was good. Go watch it, anybody. It's on the iPlayer, but it's also on YouTube now. Just type in BBC Travel Show, episode 51, socially distanced Santa. And I'm near the end. There's 3 kind of features in it. The 3rd feature. Go and watch it. You've got so much time this Christmas. I know you have.
And listen, if you do watch it and you do see something in which I could roast Ryan on, please let me know. Please let me know, because I'm happy to come on the podcast and know yours and feedback your opinions on how Ryan did. And hopefully we've got something against him, because I need some fuel. It's been, I think it was 7 podcasts in now, Ryan. I need to get something on you. You've had a lot of little moments where you've come for me, and you thought I've forgotten. I haven't. It's all up here.
It's locked in there.
Locked in there.
We better hurry up, because I tell you, I'm coming every week. So tell me, how are you feeling your time though in this period? We are in this weird limbo period. You can't really go out and do much. I know your family's back home now. What are you doing with your days? Are you making the most of it? You're just saying, let me just chill out. Like, this is my time now, back home, back in Nottingham. Let me take this and just chill out. Or are you doing something different? Like, how are you structuring that?
I would say definitely in the form. I'm chilling out. I'm relaxing. But the main thing I think I'm focusing on right now is just doing as much as I can with my family this year. We're doing a lot more together. Now, obviously, we spend Christmas Day together. We do spend time together, but because now that, you know, all the kids, or me and my siblings, have all kind of fled the nest, or in the process of fleeing the nest, right? This is obviously, these sort of moments are obviously way more important. So we are doing a lot more together, especially this year, because this year my brother's only really here for a short period, and he has to go back to work. So it's like when he is here, now that he is here, we're doing a lot more together. So a lot more family movie nights, a lot more just chilling. Debates are happening around the dinner table. Like if anyone knows me and how loud and talkative I am, my family's just as bad. So good luck trying to get a word in when we're around the table. I'm telling you, it gets loud, it gets passionate. So yeah, just spend a lot more time together. I'll tell you that's the only real difference. But yeah, definitely chilling. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, there's not as much as I'm trying to do something else crazy. Everything is just pushing me to just say, chill out.
Mm.
You've got the time. Every week you're stressing with work and stuff. Why now am I trying to kill myself doing something else?
Yeah.
So I have been trying to take it slow, but also still trying to get it in, keep active, and make it more productive as we go along. But like you say, it is more about spending time with people. And with Elena being here, my dad's in Nigeria, so he's already doing his Christmas. But just the rest of us, making sure it counts, and that's important to note really, and a good point. Let's move on to how we're going to kind of structure this vlog today, because it is a Christmas special, and we kind of want to walk through this Christmas day. We want to walk through the different elements of Christmas, and kind of just discuss the different parts, how they affect us, where our favourites are in these things, and just break it down. Because while everything else has changed, as Suneet mentioned, Christmas Day didn't change this year.
Didn't change.
The same. It's still the same thing. So let's kick off.
Well, I think Christmas morning. I think we had a little brief discussion, and our Christmases are quite similar. But I'm pretty sure people listening probably won't have as similar as our Christmases. So it'll be interested to see what people actually, how other people's Christmas are structured. But I think for both of us, well, me in particular, Christmas morning is always the same. Wake up, upstairs, presents get opened.
Immediately.
Whoa. We don't mess around. We go straight.
Are you tapping on your brother's shoulder to get him up, or what's happening there?
It's the mother is normally gives us the wake up call. Guys, get up, because we have an upside down house. So when you go in, you go downstairs. So the bedroom's on the bottom floor, which is strange for a lot of people. But she will stand at the top of the stairs and get upstairs. That's the call.
She's excited.
You're excited. Get upstairs now. That is the call that we normally get. And we are up, brush our teeth, get upstairs, ready to open the presents.
No coffee, no breakfast. It's just first thing. Let's get going.
In my household, we mean business. Nothing comes before presents. We get the presents open. I think the thought process is you want to start the day on a positive, enjoyment atmosphere. Everyone's happy. You know what I mean? So let's get the day going by opening presents.
Okay, so but are you not kind of taking the suspense away a little bit?
Well, another thing about my family is we're impatient, very. So we could care less about suspense. Right? We want to get in the presents. We want to open them as quickly as possible. All right. And sometimes we would think, should we just do it the night before? The crazy comes out sometimes. It's getting late on that Christmas Eve. I think should we do it now? Obviously, we always say no, but the conversation always happens where we just want to go. We're ready.
Wow.
What about are you? So tell me yours then. What are you doing differently to me? What could be all the presents?
The suspense in our household always has been. Always has been. It changed a little bit. I tell you, when we were younger, okay, me and my brother we're waking up on Christmas morning. We're excited. We have the energy that the Kashyap family seem to have. We're ready. We're down there, but the parents are being slow.
Oh, no.
They're holding up. They're saying, let's just have breakfast first. Let's just have a coffee first. And that suspense builds and builds and builds. And sometimes we've even waited till after the family visits, which is a painful situation.
Wow.
But over the last few years, as age has come upon us, Christmas Eve has played a huge role in this. Is because usually our tradition is to go down to the local beer establishment.
Yep.
And enjoy ourselves. And so that's usually came out in a late return on Christmas morning, and also provided a late wake up time on Christmas Day. So it has been a slow progression in getting up, getting ready, getting to those Christmas presents. So there's always kind of a moment on that Christmas morning in which someone's a bit more ready than the other people, and they're like, "Are we going to open these yet?" And everyone's like, "Nah, let's just hold off the suspense a bit, man." There's almost an element of that. The suspense is better than what's actually in the gifts.
And sometimes that is true, to be honest.
That's just your household for you.
That's a good point, actually. I forgot that Christmas Eve is definitely, one. I actually never have done this. I know that a lot of people do Christmas Eve, go to the pub, wherever, get smashed, have a good time with friends and family, and then getting pretty late. I've never ever done that to this day.
Because you're too excited about Christmas.
It's just one of those where I just don't really. I can't be bothered to have a hangover on Christmas morning. I really can't be asked for it. I'd just rather not. I'd just rather go to bed like sober and have just a Christmas where I can just feel good. The idea of having a headache on Christmas stresses me out. I want to be completely, free of any sort of infections, disease, whatever. I just want to be completely 100% sober, no illness whatsoever, ready. I told you the energy we bring on Christmas is different.
I can see that through the way you're talking. I mean, and I can completely understand it. It's not nice to wake up on Christmas Day, a day which is supposed to be for family and chilling, and to feel ill.
Yeah.
But at the same time, which is kind of funny with this year, and there being everyone having to stay away and socially distance, because usually the scene is a small pub such as the Stratford and West Bridgford, in which it's the size of this room I'm in right now, which, if anyone's wondering, is a box. And there's 100 people in there from all over the place, just having a good time, squashed in, trying to have a drink.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of energy that I like. Everybody off. Everybody knows that nobody's got work tomorrow.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have massive FOMO. I mean, sometimes I do think, because the pub that's closest to my friends go is literally up my road. I would say it's probably around about a 5-minute walk. So it's just there. I always think, should I just go? Should I just quickly? But for some reason, I just always think, you know what? I'd rather not. I don't know. Just sack it off every time.
That's all right. We're all entitled to our own decisions in this life. But let's get to the presents.
Yes.
Okay. Because to me, the fact that your family is so ready to get in those presents tells me that you're receiving some good gifts. That there's a tradition in your house of getting some good gifts.
There's a tradition, yeah. I would say there's a tradition in my house of getting good gifts, but there's also a false narrative, I would say, that I get the best gifts.
Oh!
Yeah, there's normally a little bit of contention from the older brother.
Because you're the baby of the family there, right?
I am the baby of the family. I'm the youngest. So obviously that's a good argument to make straight off the bat. My brother straight away has an argument. No matter what, he has an argument. You're doing this. Obviously, you're going to get flooded with the most presents, right? And the best quality presents. But I actually always make the difference between, just because I normally get the most, fair enough, I'll give that. I normally do get the most presents. But the quantity of presents doesn't always mean that you win Christmas in terms of presents. The quality has to be there. Now, I'll be honest, the quality is also there for me as well. But what I'm saying is, so is his, and so is my sister's. I feel like they just like to prey on the fact that I get more. So
let me ask you: is your family a surprise, or is it, here's my Christmas list? This is what I want. Or is it? I love these surprises.
Yeah. It depends on the year, really. Sometimes, like, I'm ready with a list, like, but they don't have to do all of it. It's just more of like a hint. It's not right. You don't even have to get what's specific on that list. But if you get something in the genre of what the list goes down, then you can still surprise me. But to be honest, as the years go on, like, the lists don't happen anymore, and it's just literally a surprise, which makes it harder. But obviously, it's obviously a lot more fun when you're opening it. So nowadays, yeah, definitely. Like this year, I didn't give a single hint. I didn't even know what I wanted. So I was like, you know what, you do you. Find me a present, and I'll see. But the thing about me is, I am very easy to buy for because I like everything. I like everything. Like especially when it comes to clothing. Like, it's very easy because my family obviously know what I like. It's very easy to buy for me at Christmas. Get me an oversized hoodie or jumper all day long. Call it a day. I don't care what it is. I might have 4 already. I'll take more. I'll take more happily.
You're just grateful.
I'm just a good person.
And that's a key ingredient for Christmas. If you're a person who's just willing to accept, people will want to buy for you. Maybe that's the reason, Suneet, that you're getting the best gifts.
I mean, tell my brother that. Tell my brother that, because one thing about my family is that we're very straight talkers, right? And that doesn't stop during the present department, especially the mother. I'm telling you. First of all, we've been doing Secret Santa for the past 2 years.
Okay.
And we realised that this year, every person got the exact same person we had last year, which is a bit annoying.
Okay.
But it is what it is. So I had my mother on both years.
Mm.
And if anyone knows my mum, wow, she will let you know if she's not happy with the present. Straight away. No hesitation. If she's not feeling what you buy her, it's a straight, okay, yeah, so, all right, I guess that's all there is. So fine, I'll have it, you know what I mean? But she will let you know if she is the worst person to buy for. But past 2 years I've had her, I bought for her, and I've smashed it out the park, right? So therefore, not only am I grateful for the presents I receive, I am also an incredible gift giver.
Wow.
So
I tell you, it's to be a good gift giver. My approach has always just been, for how rare Christmas is, or to give gifts, really in life, unless you are a very charitable person, and good for you. It's always easier to just go a bit above and beyond. Just spend that little extra, get it done, and get it off your case. Don't be thinking about how can I just fit this into my this. Just spend a little bit extra. Just get it done, and everybody be happy. You'll feel good. They'll feel good. Keep the energy alive this Christmas. But tell me, is there a time? We're talking all these good, positive energy. When's a time in which there's been a bad Christmas gift? Have you got a story? Because I let me tell you mine first.
Yeah, you go yours.
And this is kind of harsh. It is also true. It was about 10 years ago. It was a Christmas morning, slightly wet outside, raining. And here I am, excited for Christmas Day. I'm young. I woke up with the energy of the Cash App family. I ran downstairs. I'm waiting. I've touched my brother on the shoulder. I said, get up. Let's get downstairs. Let's get ready for this. My brother's opened his Christmas gift first. He's received an iPod Nano. Brand new, red, just started to have the little square dial and the little circle thing. It was the red edition. And I look at this, I think, wow, look at this gift for him. He's a younger brother, so maybe something's going on here. Maybe there's a theme. So I'm like, ooh, what have I got? Now, there's a bit of a backstory before we get into what did I actually open. Now, a few weeks earlier, I've wrote my list.
So hold on, you're a list giver then? Is that every year?
No. We're not a huge gift giving family, period.
Okay.
But sometimes you have to try and provide some basic hints.
Yeah.
So I've wrote a list, and I've said, okay, there's a range here. There's a range of things that are a bit crazy. I'm never gonna get, never will get, but I put it on there just in case a miracle happens.
That's a perfect list. That's a perfect list to me.
I put something in there just like, yeah, I need this, and I put something in there that you're like, you know what, this might be practical. It might be a good gift for me. It might be actually useful, and I bet Mum and Dad enjoy buying me that. So I wrote this list, and then a week goes by, and I'm sat looking at my list, and I'm looking at one of the things I've wrote down there, and I'm thinking, if I opened that on Christmas morning, how would I feel? And after 20 minutes deliberation, I scribbled it off.
Okay.
I'd scribbled off this one item off the list. I thought, yeah, that was a good thought, but let's park that for another time. Anyway, we're back to Christmas morning. I come to open the gift, and I come to find out that my scribble was too late.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A caveat has been thrown in by my mum. I'm sorry, I saw that you had already scribbled this off your list, but I hope it's okay.
Oh no, that is word you do not want to hear on Christmas morning.
At this moment, I take a seat back. I thought, I get my smiling face on.
Practice it in the mirror.
I open the gift, and right in front of me is a brand new DAB radio.
Okay.
You know, a practical gift. And at the time, you've got to think DAB is kind of different.
Mm.
It also has a space for an iPod,
Yep.
to which I don't own.
But your brother does.
And I can start listening to One Extra. I can start listening to not just the FMs and the AMs, which sounds really old school, but I'm a person who likes to listen. Well, I did at the time like to listen before I go to sleep. I like to listen to radio. So I've got this. I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it. The day goes on, and I see GK just walking around the house with this new iPod, flaunting it in my face. We go see my cousins. This iPod continues to get distributed around the family.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. Look at this thing. And in me, that seed is growing. Damn DAB radio. Damn DAB radio. And you know what? It turned out to be a fantastic gift. I used it loads.
Yeah.
It was great, but I learned a lesson that day.
Scribble out.
Don't rush. Slow touch.
That's good. So on the day, you were having doubts, but it turned out to be a decent present.
It turned out to be a decent present. Yes, I'll take it. I'm always grateful for any gift,
Okay,
but on the day there was a bit of a hurt there.
That's a nice positive end to it, to be honest. But you know what? I'd say, in terms of a bad experience for me, really, I think it's worse when you have siblings, especially siblings of the same gender, because normally when, like, with me and my brother, right, there would be some presents that we get that are similar. Like,
yeah,
my mum, you obviously get your main presents and they get some filler presents, right? And within the filler presents, my mum might go to the same place and get the same thing, but in two different colors, or the same thing in two different styles, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that's where it's like, okay, now we're in competition. Because now I can compare and contrast who's got the best one. And that's where you start working, okay, who's actually won in this then? Is this your present better than mine? Do I want yours? Right? That's really where the bad present for me comes. I don't think I've ever actually had a present where I'm like, well, that's not great. There's some filler presents where I look at it and like I don't really need them, but they're filler presents, it's not my main presents.
Yeah.
So for me, I just can't stand it when you used to get those aftershave and deodorant box sets. Like, I don't need an aftershave. I can. That's not a present to me. I can get that during the year. I would like to be smelling nice throughout the whole year, so I'm gonna have deodorant and aftershave. I don't need a full box set.
Oh yeah, your accountancy money's come up now. You're buying your own boxes.
But actually, funny story about a box set. In terms of, I'm exposing myself here, but I was talking about me being a good gift giver. But one time, at an old workplace, I won't mention the name of that particular work establishment. However, we were doing Secret Santa, okay, and I had someone that I was the youngest in the workspace, right, and I'd only just been there for a few months, so I was still getting my bearings of who people were. Now, the person who I was getting a gift for was a lot older than me. Female, a lot older than me. At that point, at the age I was and the experience I had, I really did not know what to get a person like this. So I went with the standard Boots box set. Boots box set. It looked pretty good though. I was like, this looks quite good. Decent price range, right? Within budget.
Yeah.
It's got all the bells and whistles. Got some soaps in there, some face creams, a couple of sprays. I was like, okay, this leaves like it does the job, right? And I wrapped my gift. I put it in the middle of the table in the kitchen where we used to sit. And this is about a few days before Christmas now. I'm about to go for my Christmas break, and I'm just talking. And the person who I'm getting the gift is in the room, okay? And she's talking with three other people. I'm just there, just kind of in the conversation, not really listening. And they're talking about previous Secret Santas that they've done.
Okay.
And they're bitching about the presents they've got. And one of the other colleagues, they said, he always gets us these Boots box sets. Unoriginal, and I quote, they said, the most unoriginal present you could give the Secret Santa. If anyone gives that present, honestly, we just have to tell them this year it's dead. You should see my face when I was listening to this conversation. My mouth dropped. A tear almost shed from my eye. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Luckily, right, I'd clocked the rotor and realised when we were going to be opening the gifts, because it would have been after Christmas, because obviously for the Christmas break we go away.
Yeah.
I wasn't in. Matter of fact, I wasn't in for another 2-3 days. So I was like, all right, cool, see ya. I was out of it. And I never actually got to be there while my person opened up a gift. I don't want to know what was said. I don't want to know what was said during that moment, but I wasn't there and it was never spoken of again. She didn't say thank you, she didn't say anything. We just moved on with our lives. So that was one of the most awkward moments I've ever had in terms of giving a gift that was dead.
I like that. She probably ended up re-gifting that.
Yeah, I'm
as a box set and being the opposite side of that. So don't worry, you provided assistance, a hand there. So we've talked presents. We've kind of got them all, and we both do ours in the morning, roughly. Yeah. You're straight away. We're kind of chilling out. But next is dinner, lunch, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Are you a standard Christmas dinner family?
Very traditional. We go super traditional with it, but we just make a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we normally go for 2 meats though. Well, actually, we normally go for 3 meats. This year we slacked a little bit and got 2 meats, turkey and lamb. We normally do turkey and lamb, and we go for like a little duck or something. I know it's overkill, but we're an extra family, so that's what we do.
Are you putting Yorkshires on there?
My mum makes Yorkshires. I'm actually not a Yorkshire fan.
Oh.
I do not like Yorkshire puddings. I don't feel they add anything to the meal. They're just there. They're dry. Even if you put gravy in them, they have no flavour. Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, I'm coming with that energy today. That is probably, I'm not going to lie, that might be my worst Christmas meal item.
You're lying.
Said it.
So what are you saying about vegetables? You're enjoying Brussels sprouts?
You know what?
Yeah, I'm just checking. You put in Brussels sprouts and carrots above a Yorkshire pudding and gravy.
I was very, if you remember what I said, Ryan, I said it might be the worst. Okay, there was a might in there, caveated it. But you know what, Brussels sprouts, I actually don't mind Brussels sprouts. When I was a kid, and our palates aren't refined, we're all hating on Brussels sprouts. It's the worst. Everyone complains about it. Actually, my mum does it in a little. She puts some spices in there. She adds a little bit of bacon rations in there as well. Gets a bit of flavour. Gets the juices flowing. And I actually don't mind Brussels sprouts. I would, yes, put them on with Yorkshire puddings. I'm happy to say that on air. Come at me.
Disgusting. That's all I have to say about that. Next thing I'll say is for us, we did a bit different this year.
Okay.
No turkey. No turkey was on display this year.
Yes.
And I'm not mad about it. I don't need to have turkey. I don't need to have any particular meat. And let me just tell you my whole food philosophy. I'm not a crazy foodie.
Yeah.
If you cook something for me, I will eat it. I'm just grateful something's in front of me, firstly. But my mum this year wanted to freestyle a little bit, and we went for a nut roast. But not a nut roast in the style that we're just going to be vegetarians. Because my mum was like, this is her viewpoint, was that her favourite things are everything around, like the pigs in blankets, the parsnips, or the gravy, all the little trimmings that go along with it, the stuffing.
Yeah.
So let's just do a nut roast, try this out, and we'll have all the regular things. We did also ended up having a chicken as well.
Yeah.
To just round it off. And it was delicious. Fantastic for me.
Yeah.
Combination of everything. The nut roast was interesting. I'll say that for first. It grew on me.
Yeah.
It grew on me. So if I was wondering about it, try it. Why not? Live a little. But
I mean, no, I was just going to say, I don't think there's anything crazy about this. And the only reason why we have turkey is just because it's a tradition, isn't it? You just have to have turkey. But I think if we're all being honest, turkey is not a great meat. It's very dry. And compared to like chicken or something like that, it's just not on that level. So I think, to replace turkey, it's a bold move because obviously, the tradition is gone. But I agree with your mother wholeheartedly. Like the other elements, the other vegetables and the stuffing and the pigs and milk and the other bits. For me, actually, of what Christmas is about, I don't really care about the meat. The meat's there, and it's nice. It has to be there. But for me, the other bits, the roast potatoes, and I know you don't like parsnips, but I'm a big parsnips fan.
Do you know what? And I've said that before. I've said I don't like parsnips, but I don't know what my mum did to them this year.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Oh wow.
Unbelievable.
See, you haven't had the right parsnips. You got.
And
Yeah. Go
and
on.
even Brussels sprouts are coming back into my life. My palate's just growing with age, maturing like a fine wine at the moment. I'm dabbling in everything here.
Yeah. So hold on a minute then. If okay. So what was then this year? What was your this year? What was your favorite item that you had this year? And is that normally the case over the years, or do you have a sort of long-lasting favorite?
Pigs and blankets is my favorite. It's too easy to be the winner.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It complements everything. And then I'm gonna say parsnips in a close second place alongside the roast potatoes.
Mm.
We're there.
I can't believe you said parsnips. That's your mum did a
I
great job
could.
there.
They were unbelievable. Honestly, I might have to start selling them because they were that good.
Well, you said on a couple podcasts ago you didn't like it, and obviously you saw how offended I was. So I'm
I
happy that you've had a change of heart.
I said that, I'm willing to admit my mistakes in life sometimes, and that was one. Maybe I've just not had parsnips that are up to the standard.
Well, there you go.
But this Christmas Day, the 25th of December, 2020, my mind changed.
Okay, but you're saying pigs in blankets. Just that's a champ. That's a heavyweight champ, undisputed.
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the year, year after year.
Okay. I mean, I disagree completely, but for me, stuffing is my undisputed heavyweight champ.
Okay,
I could have
okay.
endless stuffing the whole day and live my life happy.
I mean, I don't dislike stuffing. I
Yeah.
do like it. I'm just saying, if you're picking the heavyweight for me, the one that is, if I was like, this is not on the plate, I'm feeling some kind of way.
Mm.
It's the pigs.
I mean, I don't mind pigs in blankets. I'm just not a massive fan of bacon, and it just kind of annoys me that there's bacon wrapped around it. I don't know, but I don't. Yeah, I like that. I don't hate them. For me, stuffing is just I put stuff in one, and I'll agree parsnips are up there and so are roast potatoes, but Yorkshire puddings can just be done. We don't have to ever have Yorkshire pudding again in my household, and I'll be happy.
That's disgusting again. I every time I hear it, I'm almost lost for words, and I'm not. But we're just gonna park it there, and I know it will come back up on another day. But for now, we'll leave that, and we're gonna move on. So we've got past lunchtime now, and this is the limbo. This is the limbo time. This is the equivalent of the Christmas break to New Year's gap on the Christmas day.
Yeah,
How are you feeling this time? And we're not going. There's no travel this year. There's no family visits. We're all
yeah,
at home.
yeah.
Usually the board games are coming out now. It's
Exactly.
time. It's time to get competitive.
Mm.
Hopefully we're keeping it PG. Not always happened. Not always happened in the Jersey household. I can tell you that one for a fact. But it's time to get gaming.
It is time to get him. Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's time to get competitive.
And
Just
what
like God.
what games have come on the Cash App table today? I'll just set the stage and say that due to the Queen's Gambit, shout out to Netflix, chess has been played a lot in this household this year. I pulled out the attic the other day, Mastermind. Don't know if anyone remembers that. Now, this is not the TV Mastermind where you
Mm.
go in and answer questions. This is the Mastermind where you select 4 color pins and the opponent has 12 guesses to get the same to match your 4 color pins. And every time they do a row, you either say you got it in the right spot in the right place or you just got the right color. So it's a
Okay.
game of deduction. It's an interesting one. The next one is Scrabble. It came out again. I've got some opinions on Scrabble this year. Monopoly didn't touch the table. Monopoly did not make it.
Mm.
And also wrapped up on a gift was Pointless. Also got some opinions on Pointless. But what was on the table this year, Suneet?
So actually, I mean, I think all of those games we have played in the past. So I'm with you on those. But in terms of this year, we kept it real new. We normally go for Monopoly. Sometimes has come out. We also normally go for like a Scene It. Have you ever played Scene It?
No.
Okay, Scene It back in the day was hard. You used to get a video as well as the board game, and basically, at some questions you'd watch like a clip of like a movie scene. You have to guess the movie, or it'll be like a brain tease where it'll give you like a bunch of jumbled up words, and you have to rearrange it to guess the movie title. But it's all based around films and movies. So like you've got the video as well as the board game. So it's a bit of TV, bit of board game. It's incredible.
That sounds like the future. And you just reminded me, because Elena brought something new that I thought is the future of board games. Whereas this one that you play, you put it on through your computer, connected to the TV, but then everybody on their own phone logs in.
Oh,
And it's like a quiz, but you're answering the questions through your phone. I'm gonna have to come back to the viewers with what the name of this. But it was unbelievable. It
that
was
is.
sat back, couch, everybody sitting around like they're just joining in on Family Fortunes.
Well, that is the future. You're 100% right. But seeing it was the original. So if that gets credit, you need to respect your legends, all right? So yeah, seeing it was back in the day. This year, week and also sorry, a normal pretty typical game is. Have you played Taboo?
Not for a long time.
Yeah. So basically, Taboo, you have like a word, and there's a bunch of other words that are synonyms of that word, and you can't say the word or those synonyms, but you have to describe what it is, and you're the first to guess.
It's like Heads Up. We were playing Heads Up on
Exactly.
the
Quick
phone.
fire, quick fire, a very quick game. This year we had some new ones there. My mum gave us like me, my brother and sister each 3 new board games. One of them was dead. I'm not even going to talk about it. Irrelevant. 2 of them were decent. One of them was basically like I can't remember what it was called, but it's like you have to rank. There's a card and it gives you like 4 answers, and it will say rank these in terms of earliest built to latest built, and it'll be like Westminster Abbey or the Tower of London,
Okay.
and you have to obviously rank them all. You've got a little slit where you put the rankings in, and then you move across the board. So pretty simple, nothing too crazy. But I mean, it gets the brain going. I think that's an early board game. Start off with that, get your brain active. Just doing a bit of ranking. But then we played a game called Reveal, which was a lot more of a brain teaser. Basically, it's either music, television, or film. Those are your 3 genres in this board game. And what you do, you roll, and if you land on the music box, you pick up a card, and you'd hide the card in a little slit, but you pull it out slowly. And the first time you pull it out, it gives you the first 3 initials of that song title.
Yeah.
And you have to try and guess the song.
Yeah.
You've got 2 guesses of 30 seconds to guess that song. If you don't do it, you pull out the second row of letters. And then you pull out the third, and so on and so forth. And again, if you do it in the first one, you get like 3 coins. If you do it in the second one, you get 2 coins. And you try and build up your coins to win the game, basically. And that was, listen, I recommend that was very good.
Okay, I've played a variation. It sounds exactly the same. It's called something different. It's a team game. You do the same thing, except there's no genres. You create your own genres, but the same things are recycled every single time. And everybody has the option of first you give 1 clue, then you give the next clue, and then you can use those clues in the next round to describe it. It's good games. But let me tell you some. Go back to some pros and cons with the Christmas games.
Yeah.
Okay. Scrabble is now getting moved off my Christmas list games.
I mean, it was never on mine, I'll be honest with you.
It's been on there just because it's a nice word game. Now, me and Elena, we nearly got into a Christmas argument this year because she has a way of playing in it, and so do I.
Yeah.
Now, viewers, tell me who's right and who's wrong. I'm going to put this one out into the world. Elena's someone. Okay, I'm gonna give it. She's smarter than me. She's probably got a bigger vocabulary than me, definitely, right? Probably, definitely. What am I saying? But she's someone who likes to try the words. If she thinks a word sounds like something, a 2-letter word, she'll put it down there. The next minute we're checking our phones, Google. Oh, is this a word? Is this a word? To me, the whole game turns into who can search Google the best. For me, the way you play Scrabble is what do you know? Hopefully you'll have a third adjudicator or someone else in which you could kind of reference and say, do you know what this word, can you explain what this word means to me? If you can't use the word. And so we had to park that one. And you know what? It's getting parked because I didn't even enjoy Scrabble anymore. It's gone.
It's a classic, but for me, it was done a long time ago, that game.
It's gone. Chess, however, old-time game coming back into the world since the Queen's Gambit. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. I'm learning about it. Suneet, what are you going to say?
I was just going to say, it's funny you said that because chess has been talked about heavily this year. and it will be coming up in the Cash Up household next year. Mainly because, just as you said, Scrabble is leaving your board game selection. I think we are getting very close in the Cash Up household to scrapping Monopoly entirely. Monopoly is obviously a crowd favorite. Every household plays it. It brings fights every single time we play it, especially in our household. We're always arguing.
Definitely.
We didn't play it on Christmas Day. We played it on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
However, me, my dad, my sister, and brother played it, okay? And we basically decided that it is too much about luck to the point where strategy in Monopoly is 5% and it is 95% about luck.
I disagree.
Okay, we played a game which was the most. My dad got so lucky that whole game.
I disagree. Do you know what I'm hearing? All I'm hearing coming out your mouth is excuses for why you lost.
Let me tell you why it's not excuses.
Okay. All I'm going to tell you is it's excuses for why you lost. Because you know what I'm hearing is that your dad played the game right, and it seems like, did he win?
He dominated, to be fair.
He won. He dominated you. And you know, this is what I've come to find out, that Monopoly is actually an exposer of many people. It's a great game that relates to the business world, and it does make tensions high. On the record, I've made two members of Elena's family cry due to playing Monopoly.
Oh wow! I mean, it gets heated. Don't get me wrong. However, what about that game is strategy? What about it is strategy? You roll a dice, and it is so heavily based on what you roll, which everyone knows dice is the ultimate game of luck. So you're rolling a dice, and it's so heavily based on what. But I was unlucky. We play a house rule where you can't buy on the first go round. Okay, now on the first go round, I'm getting low scores. My dad and brother have gone round twice before I've even got round to buying something. They are almost getting sets, and I haven't even got a chance to buy anything yet. So where's the strategy in that?
Okay. Let me just slow it down, right? Let me tell you strategy. I'm not going to reveal my whole strategy because I'm coming in hot as a Monopoly player. If anybody wants it, let me know. I'm ready. But the main areas of strategy is understanding first the bigger picture. Too many people come into Monopoly thinking about, let me just buy this one. I'll try and create. You've got to be thinking a few steps ahead, and you've also got to really take into consideration your opponents and the way they're thinking. And that's where the game of Monopoly really comes in. It's understanding your opponents, the way that they're going to buy, the way that they're most importantly going to trade. Okay. How can you make a trade with them? How can you work with them in order to find benefits for both of you, but ultimately...
I agree that's why I gave it 5% strategy. The only strategy in Monopoly is negotiation, how you trade with the people. That is the only strategy. And you mentioned the one thing about how some people go in there, they just buy whatever. That's what my dad did. My dad bought every single thing he landed on. Every single thing he landed on, he bought. And every time he went round the board, he happened to land on another piece of that set. Again, which is just pure luck. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, when you are negotiating and you are trading, of course, there is skill in that. There is strategy in that. But that is always reliant on another person. It's a one-player game that you always rely on another person in order to win. You can't actually fix a strategy just for yourself and put yourself in a better position if you're not landing on the right things. If I'm not landing on something that I can trade with, if I'm not landing on reasonable cards which I can actually do business with, for example, in that game, I just was not landing on anything I could do business with. I had nothing. I came in the game late because I was so slow around the board. And then when I got to the game, I had nothing really that could. My dad obviously had all the cards because he was landing on everything, but I had nothing that I could really get. I mean, I got into a decent position through just craftsmanship, but again, I was never going to win. I was never going to win.
I see your speech. I see your speech increasing. I see it working you up, Suneet. And let's just park Monopoly here because I know it's taking you over. It's been fine. You've been found out by your dad that he's still the man of the house and he's teaching you lessons in the business world. You just described yourself there as trapped in his box and unable to think outside of the box and how to win. We'll work on that. So, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Me and you, we'll work on that. Don't worry about that. I see you trapped in the box. You see, time no solution in anything to get out. We'll work on that. Okay.
Can I just say to people, anyone listen, if you want it on Monopoly, I can destroy you, but I'm not going to feel good. I will not feel like that. I will not feel great about winning. It will not.
Okay,
It will
we
not
put it out there again, people. There's now two. There's now two on the betting card for anybody who's ready to come at it. The Ryan versus Suneet golf game is gonna happen. Please put your money where your mouth is, everybody. I will be putting mine. Number two is Monopoly. It might be all in one day's event. We might have to record it just so everybody can see this, but it's gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it will happen. Like I said, I won't be happy when I win because there's no chess is a different story though. Chess is about strategy. Chess is you have to think. I want to get. I've told of the family. We've already discussed this. We're happy to go forward with chess in the future. It is a game about strategy. You actually have to think. You can actually get yourself out of a difficult situation.
Okay.
Use your skill. I'm excited. How much have you learned over this past Christmas on chess?
So this is chess is being moved up and it's now going into the roster for next year for you guys.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's great to hear. It moved up this year. It came in. It knocked out Connect 4. By Connect 4, enjoy playing you. It's just it doesn't have the longevity. A few games, you're done.
Yeah.
We'll move on. I've learned. The thing is, interestingly enough, my mum was watching The Queen's Gambit after me. Now, have you watched it, firstly?
I've watched a few episodes. I couldn't really get into it, if I'm being honest.
Okay, well, you should.
Okay.
You should. It's worth the watch. Now, the first time I watched it, I didn't watch it in any sense of chess. I know how to play chess I understand the pieces. I don't understand strategy. The second time I was watching some of the episodes with my mum, I was seeing some of the moves and I was like, I've never done this before. That's weird. And so I started incorporating. Not that I can't claim to understand anything, but it was making me think differently. And now that I'm playing it I play a game a day at the moment. Slowly, I probably need to pick it up and actually train myself. But it's a good game. A lot of strategy involved. Attacking, defensing. Is attack the best form of defense? Are you looking at the bigger picture? It's a winner.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's no looking at this. It's all about skill and outthinking your opponent. And that is more a game where you have to think 5 steps ahead rather than Monopoly. That is more where you have to think, okay, if I do this, what's he going to do? And if he does that, what am I going to do? And you see, like in the few episodes that I've watched of Queen's Gambit, you can see them thinking, all right, if I take, he takes, and they just go, their mind's going at a million miles an hour. That is skill. That's what I'm playing.
Well, there's no Monopoly Netflix series yet, so I can imagine that's the reason why. But anyway, we're coming to the end, and we need to get to the end of the day here. We've played the games, we've had the dinner, we've opened their presents. It's time to relax. We've picked up out a drink of a choice. The TV has gone on.
Yes.
Are you flicking to the BBC? Are you seeing across the basic channels what's on, getting that Christmas spirit from there? Or are you now moving to Netflix? Are you now picking something separate on Amazon Prime, a movie?
Well, yeah. So we go straight for a movie. Now and again, we do have a little look on the TV channels and see if they're sometimes, we don't really watch EastEnders, but we might want to watch the Christmas special. We've heard that it might be a decent episode, which we're weird like that. Even though we don't watch it throughout the year, we might want to watch the Christmas special. But we're weird like that, yeah. But as time goes on, we do just settle down. Okay, we're picking a movie now. Now it does not matter where that movie comes from. Normally, we already have one in mind. It's normally like an epic superhero Avengers, something like that. We just loads of fight scenes. Just gets the energy going in the room. This year was a struggle. I'll be honest. We didn't have anything. We didn't come with anything this time. Because normally we try and pick a movie that's come out in the year, and we watch it at Christmas. Now, obviously, there's not been that much that's come out this year, so we had to do a lot of search. It took a good hour to get a film down. In the end, we went for an Escape Room. It's a decent film. It's not amazing. It's all right.
Disappointing.
It was okay. It's not a Christmas. I wouldn't recommend watching it on Christmas. Maybe in your own time. But because that was obviously a decent film, but nothing special, we then moved on to watching a bit of Skyfall, James Bond, which we've all seen it, but it's a great movie, so we just thought that would sign off the evening quite well.
That's a nice way. I'm like that you recovered.
Yeah.
I like that you recovered. I'm sad that you spent an hour on Christmas choosing, and that's what we all fall victim to, especially now in the Netflix age. If you're not ready, if you're not prepared, be prepared to scroll.
Yes.
Be prepared. Factor that into the day's equation, because you're gonna be scrolling through. So we picked a movie. I'll also say I wasn't terribly happy with the choices we made. But actually, I don't want to just pick on that one. I want to pick on some of the Christmas movies in general that I've watched this holiday season, and some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Now, my top Christmas movie of all time, just going to go straight in there, is Love Actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody, you heard that? Love Actually, Hugh Grant, amazing performance, year on, year out. Yes. It's a winner. Traditional British humour, great story, lovely sentiments, surrounds itself around Christmas too. It's a winner. Watch it every year. Okay, the next one that kind of is another Hugh Grant one. The Holiday's in there. I've watched The Holiday, the one with is it Cameron?
Yeah,
Diaz?
Cameron Diaz was in that.
Whatever. Christmas one is a nice one to watch with the family just to get some good vibes. But let me tell you two new ones I've watched this year. Now, this first new one, which is an old movie, but the first time I watched it was The Grinch.
Yeah, okay.
Have you watched it?
Of course I've watched The Grinch, yeah.
Okay, well, it's my first time. Watched the animated version.
Yeah.
And my opinion, unfortunately, is that it's okay. It's okay. The storyline is not that great.
Have you, hold on a minute, you've only seen the animated one?
I've only seen the animated one.
Well, then you have no right to talk, even discuss The Grinch on the airwaves. How dare you? How dare you come to this podcast and only talk about the animated one? Is nice, it's cute, it's a more recent one. I'm telling you, watch the Jim Carrey one, which is not animated, and your mind will be changed.
Okay. You know what? Thanks for calling me out, because I had this discussion with my family the other day. I said, there is a different version of this. I may have watched it when I was a kid. I don't remember it at all. I couldn't find it. It wasn't on the streaming services. And because it's not on there, I'm not dashing out $3.99 to rent it for Christmas. So I had to settle with The Grinch. And that's now what's in my mind. I'm sorry, Grinch lovers. Pops. The next new one I've watched is a Black Christmas movie. Came to our screens, animated version, and it's called Jingle Jangle.
Okay.
Watched it. I think I actually might have watched. Can't remember if I watched it on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Great movie. Love the storyline. Nice, wholesome, heartfelt, good. And it was a musical. And you know what? I'm not a musical person. Again, I keep having these things of like, do I really want to watch a musical? People singing and dancing? Can we just get to the storyline? Can we stay on track? So the first 20 minutes, I watched it with a stink face. You know, my nose was raised, my lip was at the corner. I was like, what are we watching here? Wasting the next hour and a half. The second musical scene came on. I started dancing. I was in. I was hooked. It's a must-watch, people. Enjoy it. It's a really good one. You know, it might return next year. It might get brought up into the Christmas roster next year.
Okay.
Well, Suneet, talk us through yours.
Yeah, well, first of all, I haven't seen that. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. Sounds good. I think you definitely, in terms of your favourites, you've gone for the more romantic Christmas movies, The Holiday, Love Actually.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. For me, that's not where I think about Christmas. I go down the more comedic route. So for me, The Grinch is in there. I haven't actually seen the animated one, but I've heard that it's a little bit of a different storyline.
It's a kids' movie.
It's a kids' movie, and also there's not Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey is the Grinch. I think for any Grinch lovers, they will know that Grinch is the Grinch. And that is a great movie. You will definitely.
Let me come back to everyone in this one. I'm going to watch it before the next episode and just give you a quick recap of my opinion. I'll hold my thought on that one.
So that's definitely up there for me. And second, well, probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time, I would say, is Elf. Again, I'm a more comedic, funny type of Christmas movie that's got an element of jokes and banter. I love Will Ferrell, and I just think that's a classic. And it makes me laugh every single time I watch it.
Do you know what? I love Elf too.
Yeah.
And I think it is funny. I love Will Ferrell. But do you like that just because everyone says they like that? Or is everyone... I feel like it's such a bandwagon movie. Everyone just says...
I mean,
Elf. I don't know if people are actually considering each part of it.
The thing about me when I'm watching Christmas movies, right? I've not got my normal movie hat on. I'm not thinking, I'm looking for twists and turns. It's a Christmas movie. It's got to be joyful. For me, it's got to make me laugh. It's got to be just an easy movie to watch. Now, Elf is just an easy movie. I can sit back, watch it. However you do it. It's not amazing. It's not an incredible movie. But in terms of Christmas and what it represents, I love Elf. I can watch it all the time, no doubt about it. So yeah, that is probably my favourite. And then go on. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, you finish.
I was just gonna say I would also throw in Home Alone as well. I do like a little cheeky Home Alone. Not all of them. I believe Home Alone 2 is, for me, probably my favourite. Or maybe Home Alone 1. Doesn't matter. But yeah, Home Alone I'll give a little special shout out to as well.
I'll say Home Alone is great too. And just for the recency effect of me not watching it yet this season, it's probably not creeped into my list, and it should. I should have got round to it, but I haven't. But anyway, ladies and gents, that's your episode number 7. Now, this is also the penultimate episode of season 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we've got a big finish. Looking forward to it. Suneet will be closing out the year. Looking forward. Anything you want to say as you close out this podcast?
Just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's had a good break, And yeah, I'm ready for the next one. And it's been, it's been a pleasant season so far. I know this is not the last one yet, Ryan, but it's been an enjoyable first season, and we're coming with bigger and better things in season 2.
Thanks, folks. Have a great Christmas.
Have a great Christmas, guys.